10 grind. Now I've just spent almost a couple of hours just filling out the whole of Yuna's sphere grid. So you can see here, even though her magic is still only 168, which is a few points short on defense, we haven't got around to accuracy or anything like that, accuracy or evasion. Anima already has 255 magic. She has over 958. She has 958 MP, which is great because we need 778, and she has 200 agility. So we are now set up for magic now, grinding magic. So look there, 54 hours and 34 minutes. So this is the setup we want. Somebody with first strike and auto reflect. Now these are luxuries, but they are better if you can actually do it that way. And then we want to make sure that Anima has certain abilities. So got she has 255 magic, which is great. We want to make sure that she has focus. Focus isn't essential, but it is useful. Double cast and lance it, which I've already taught her previously. And then we want to make sure that she has haste, which we've also taught her previously. She doesn't need shell, or slow, or protect, or any of those, but she does need reflect. And dispel is helpful as well. That, and then most importantly, she needs to have. So, we taught her those with all the capturing rewards. If Anima doesn't have slow, then somebody has to cast it on Flan themselves, which is what Judas is there for. So that's why he has an auto reflect. And let's see how long it takes. Now, usually, what people will do is they will just spam pain because it's a magic attack. Beating Jumbo Flan, and that does 99k damage. But what is actually a little better is instead use double cast flare until Jumbo Flan is in range, and then once it's in range, then you can kill it with pain. That's why Anima needs these additional magic points, and that's why we a long time ago, quite a few hours ago, that's why we did it by when we were doing the capturing. We raised all of the magic points and magic and agility for Anima, so that all of this would be easier. So cast haste on her first, and then reflect, because you need to bounce these spells off Anima in order for them to be reflected onto Jumbo Flan. And then you just cast flare that many times, so it's 14 times, so 778 magic points. And because Yuna's stats are so high, Anima's stats are so high, so she doesn't need anything like that. Now, you can use one focus just to guarantee that the double cast damage is a little higher. The Aeons can't learn Copycat, unfortunately, so that's why you just need to have enough magic points to use flare double cast. If she could learn Copycat, that'd be absolutely amazing, but they can't do that. So. And we're just going to do this. So, just going to spam flare like that. You can see that double cast is a rank 3 action, so Anima doesn't lose loads of turns like she does with Pain. So if you were to do this with Pain, you lose a ton of turns on it, because Pain is a rank 6 action, so it's like one of the slower actions in the game. So we just keep double casting Pain until we've used 778 magic points, because we know then that that would be 14 casts of Flare, which works out at roughly 85k. You can see there's a bit of variance, some are higher and some are lower. And so that will be enough to take us down, so that's 14 uses of Flare. That's what the one use of focus is for as well. It just keeps the average of flare up, and we've got just enough one turn left to use Pain, and if that doesn't take out Jumbo Flan, then another cast will do. So this should kill and get the overkill. So that is the quickest way of beating Jumbo Flan, and as you can see, that was only a couple of minutes instead of being like 4 or 5 minutes, and it's completely repeatable. So the only other thing you need to have done is to use Lancet, which I forgot to do then, and that will make sure that you have your magic points back as well. That'll be why it didn't overkill as well, actually. So there we go. need to shift where Tidus is in the party, I'll do that next time. So same again. Start off with first strike and slow, and then reflect that onto Jumbo Flan, and then have Yuna as the second quickest party member. So make sure we get reflect up, which is very important. One use of focus. The one use of focus is something new that I added. I didn't think about that until a little later, but it is a good idea. So now we're just going to keep casting and then use Lancet when we get down to that low amount of MP. So for me it'll be 100 and for myself it'll be when there's 180 MP left. So just take 778 magic points off whatever Anima's total MP is when you come to start this. You can figure it out. And if you basically if you have been raising magic points a fair bit whilst you're doing that those easy capturing areas, which is very easy to do as long as you plan ahead, then you should have enough magic points to be able to do this. If Anima's magic points aren't quite high enough, then you could max accuracy and evasion, which also don't take very long, and are a good way to increase Yuna's stats some more. I didn't actually have to increase her evasion or anything like that. I could have done evasion first because I'll be increasing that to a total of 290 for luck and evasion. So Yuna will need a little extra evasion. But I decided it wasn't 100% necessary. I just wanted to show that you can do the magic grinding without having to do accuracy and luck if her other stats are high enough. Okay, so this will be the last double cast to take us down to 180 MP. Now remember to do what I didn't do last time and use Lancet, and this you'll see does a tiny bit of extra damage and gets your MP back so that you can just go straight back to fighting Jumbo Flan afterwards. And if one pain doesn't kill, two will. Alright, so there Jumbo Flan only gets a single turn. You don't have to bother with its animations, you don't have to bother dispelling its regen or anything like that. And of course you get Dark Matters. Are you serious? Never mind. So this is how you get your magic spheres. I need to try and remember to put Tidus in that different party slot, but it doesn't really matter. Now, if I remember, cheer and focus and reflex and all of those are a level 1 action, so it should be able to get 2 focuses in, so I'll try that this time. See if we can guarantee the pain damage. Kills in 1. Okay, so we use 2 focus this time. Always got to experiment and try and find better ways of doing things if you can. So we'll see if 2 focus raises the average flare hit enough to be able to kill with 1 pain. Which I believe it should do, because there's a little bit of variance. Usually it'll be enough to kill with 1 pain anyway. But you can see there, that's the first time that I've hit 90k with it in these couple of battles, because normally it won't do without focus. But you don't have to use focus, you can just do 14 casts of flare and then pain, 14 casts of flare and then Lancet and then pain, and that will usually work. If you don't want to use Lancet, you can also do 14 casts of pain and then Osmose and Drain as a double cast. You get more HP back and more MP back as that way. But Lancet's a quicker action because it's a lower rank, sorry, so it's a quicker action. And see, I much prefer this way because you don't have to sit through all of Jumbo Flan's animations and all of that nonsense. So we've got 2 more casts, and then Lancet. So might let Jumbo Flan might get 1 more turn, because unless Lancet brings our action forward by being that low rank action, which it's not going to. It'll get a turn, so it'll either do regen or ultima. But with max magic defense, Anima isn't taking anything from this anyway, which is why you don't need shell or anything like that. Easy. And this single pain should kill it. Oh. So, all in all, I need 25 magic spheres here, so not including dark matters. That'll be beating Jumbo Flan 13 times, probably work out at about 15 or 16. And so at about 2.5 minutes a fight, it'll take roughly 40-45 minutes, something like that. Again, dependent on dark matters, but that's a lot quicker than being able to max magic for with any other methods. We'll just go with one focus again this time. Don't forget to cast Reflect on yourself. I did that once and just cast Flare on Anima and killed her. Because she has 2/5 bad magic, she just killed herself. It's quite fun. In a disastrous kind of way, but yeah. I think you can actually get more turns with Yuna if you have a first strike weapon for her, but the problem is that can cause Tidus to go first. Cause her to go first instead of Tidus, which is why we don't do it that way. It's not the end of the world if you have to watch a second attack from Jumbo Flan, but a lot of times it'll only get one attack. So you see here I've got 2 more rounds of double cast. And I think I've got 3 more turns before Flan. Yeah, so I've got 3 more turns before Jumbo Flan's turn. So I get Lancet to get everything back. And then Pain, which hopefully should kill it. But it doesn't. You have to average 85,000 per hit with Flare in order to kill in 1 pain, roughly. So I must be getting slightly lower rolls and slightly lower starting ticks because I'm only getting 3 turns before Jumbo Flan gets its first turn. So normally you'd be able to get in 1 or 2 focuses before that. But still very quick and not taking very much time at all. Back with my trusty Strength plus 10 First Strike Sword that I got from Chocobo Eater and then customised with a Return Sphere way back early in the game. I actually kept it just for this reason. So there again, haste. Might as well try without the focus this time, seeing as how it's not doing me any good with those anyway. Yeah, Jumbo Flan's immune to a ton of different stuff. You can beat it with Wakka's loner attack reels, but it takes a lot longer because it's so resistant to physical damage. You can in fact use the exact same armor, but it still takes longer than doing it this way. Although it takes about the same as doing it with Pain actually. So you can do it with Wakka and loner and attack reels. Couple more double casts, so you can see how, because we've not used focus, some of those are a little lower damage, like those ones were just 81 and 80. So it's probably going to take 2 pains to kill this time. And that's why focus is useful, because it raises the damage, so you more consistently get higher damage. Okay, so these are our last 2 casts, and then we'll do Lancet and then Pain. Should still be able to kill it with the second Pain. If not, that's why we've got Dispel, just so we can stop regen from overtaking it. There we go. Dark Matter, brilliant. The only time you really don't want to get a Dark Matter. Does Yuna have a first strike weapon? I don't think she does. But we can make her one. I just want to try this out and see what happens, but I think it'll result in a couple of her turns being before Tidus because they've got the same agility, which is annoying. Although, if I give him haste... Oh no, because he's got auto reflect. Yeah. Let's have a look. Where's that? Where's that weapon gone? There it is. Do it this way as well. Let's experiment, why not? So theoretically you can do it this way as well. You're not going to use auto reflect for anything else. Star curtains aren't particularly useful. You can always use the other curtains for mixes and things like that. So, right, let's try it this way then. So this time, Tidus has auto haste and Yuna has first strike, so Tidus should go first and he should be able to bounce slow off Yuna, who can then summon Anima, and Anima, because Yuna has first strike, should have higher turns, I think. We'll see. If not, it makes no difference anyway, so... Yeah, so she does seem to get that extra turn there. And off we go. So we've got the focus in there as well. And those little extra turns. Just trying to get it so that you could ideally get 2 focus in and then still have time to do the 14 flares, the Lancet and the Pain before Jumbo Flan gets its second turn, so that you don't have to mess about with it getting regen or just even watching its turns and things like that. I hate this thing. I begrudge it any turns it even gets. Fortunately, one of the very few things that it is weak to is slow. It looks like we're very easily going to get those turns in actually before Jumbo Flan gets its turn. So that does seem to have made a difference. This is why you always got to experiment a little bit if you think there's a way to improve things. Yeah, so we've got 2 turns there to use pain, so it's not going to get another one. Smashed. That's good. I'm glad that worked. That should consistently work as well because Tidus has haste, I think. More dark matters. Fantastic. Very annoying when you get dark matter from either Jumbo Flan or Earth Eater. They're particularly bad because of how long they take to beak, but never mind. Alright, so we've got 2 focus in this time to see if pain can kill him 1. Hopefully it can. Even when it's doing ultimate, it's not very scary and you have plenty of time before the next attack to get all your attacks in. Lancet very easily recovers all that damage. So after we've done magic, the only things left to do are raise evasion a little bit. Not going to bother with accuracy because I can use Ultra Null All against Dark Sandy, and I don't believe any of the other Dark Aeons actually have any evasion. It's just Sandy and Mindy. Like even Yojimbo, he has really high luck but no evasion, and it's only Penance's Arms who have evasion. But with over 85 luck, I'll always be able to hit them anyway, so. Right, so 1 more double caster flare, and then lance it, and then pain should kill him 1. Fingers crossed. Cool. See how many of the magic spheres we've got so far. 8. So yeah, we're going alright. Bearing in mind we only need, like I say, 25 total. Can do this with Shiva as well, but she has a lot lower MP. So even though she's quicker, you have to go to the save sphere or fight another enemy and lance it in between as well. So you have to use up all her magic points and then lance it from Jumbo Flan and carry on casting Flare. And you still have to switch to Anima with Pain, I think, if I recall. Or you have to use Diamond Dust, but I don't think you get Diamond Dust in time. But yeah, there is a way of doing it with Shiva, but it's better to just raise Anima's MP and just do it directly with Anima. And now we start the double cast again. I wonder if the turn that Jumbo Flan takes affects its how many moves it gets. Because obviously if it's using Ultima, you would think that that is a higher rank, longer tick turn for itself, whereas if it uses Wartega like that, then it's a lot lower. So I'd be interested to know if enemies get affected by that as well. Again, it doesn't make a big difference either way, because even if it casts regen on itself, it doesn't out recover the 2 flares, the 2 pain at the end. Just a bit more convenient if 1 pain will do it. Again, we've plenty of turns there, so we'll be able to do this double cast, which is the last one, then Lancet, then Pain. We should be fine. It's quite a long animation for Pain compared. I think it probably takes about as long as it does to double cast Flare, but then you've got the whole delay in there as well. Alright, so we need to get rid of some weapons and things, so we'll get rid of some of these. Now I had to bribe Sandworm, and that's why I've lost like 2 million gil, because I had to bribe Sandworm to get the winning formula for Yuna. I won't need any of these. So Shame Arm Guard, that could be useful, that can be Waka's penance weapon. Which we'll be making a little later. But as for the rest of them, don't really need those. Already got one of those. You can see you can get some absolutely massive amounts. The weapons that you get from Earth Eater, which is what some of these are. And the weapons that you get as well. So you get huge amounts of money from your Fortune Sphere farming as well, so very impressive. I'll sort out the inventory again later. And back we go to magic farming. So yeah, you can only have a certain amount in your inventory at any one time. It's really not difficult when you get the hang of this, obviously, the magic farming. And can go quite quickly. Okay. Look at little Yuna stood behind massive Anima and the massive Jumbo Flan. So if you're wanting to do accuracy and evasion, accuracy is a tricky one because Hornet is the luckiest of the arena creations. It has 33 luck, which actually doesn't sound like a lot, but can make a big difference in being able to hit it consistently, especially because it is the way that you raise your accuracy as well. and the way that luck works, 33 is higher than all of your characters will have. So you mainly want to take that out with overdrives, which is what I was doing before. But like I say, I don't really need 255 accuracy, so I'll not be doing that, I don't think. Now I'm raising magic, and in theory I'm doing it so that I could beat the Dark Aeons, the Major Sisters, together without summoning an Aeon, but there's no real benefit for me to do that, and I don't have the break HP limit weapons that I would need to customize Magic Booster and Magic plus 20 on, and there's no reason for me to farm Yojimbo in this game either, so I'll only be beating Dark Yojimbo once. So although I am maxing magic, it's mainly just to show off how you do it and to give an exhibition of how long it actually takes. And obviously people can skip this episode if they wish, because it is just a grind. But I just thought it'd be interesting. And I do like having the highish stats where possible, but with accuracy it really is only for Dark Sandy, so... Obviously I have the memory set to, the cursor set to memory as well, so that I just can keep mashing on A button on Xbox or cross on PS2. Alright, so one more double cast after this and then we'll pain again. I'll also be able to see, because I've nearly finished the magic grind, even though I've got like already had 3 sets of dark matters in this grind, I'll not, in this whole sort of endgame process, I'll not be anywhere near having another 100, which is why I only put Stoneproof in the other armors. It would take a long time to grind from Dark Yojimbo to get those. So you can see we're consistently getting 5 turns after casting haste there, so that first strike setup is marginally better. It's just normally I already have an auto reflect weapon with Tidus, because you can use that for his Earth Eater method. But because I knew I was going to be playing Blitzball this playthrough, I just went right to using Waka instead, because that is the superior method for Earth Eater. But it's not like those 40 star curtains were particularly wasted, because I don't need them for anything anyway. And auto reflect is a bad ability, you'd never use it otherwise. apart from in this fight and Earth Eater. Well, not as far as for anything that I've found useful anyway. Yeah, so coming back to accuracy, Dark Yojimbo and Dark Anima have no evasion, they just have luck. So you don't really need accuracy because it's only luck that affects it. Because you've already got the base accuracy, which will be higher than their evasion, to the degree that is necessary anyway. And I believe it's the same with Dark Bahamut, but with Dark Sandy she has 100 evasion, so it's always going to be difficult to hit her. Without having sort of 240-ish accuracy, I think it is, you need for her, and to have her luck the same or higher, so not really necessary, and we'll just kill her with overdrives. Same with Mindy, we'll not be able to hit Mindy at all, so we'll have to kill Mindy with overdrives. Just going to finish this magic grind first, then we'll make the final armors for Waka and Tidus. It's got Dark Matters again. I seem to have an awful lot of those. I've got 4 sets of Dark Matters just while doing this. Still nearly there though. And I would hope this goes without saying, but obviously you have the summons and things, animations set to short when using anima for this. But yeah, so obviously it's working out now with this double focus and the first strike with Yuna and things like that. But you most definitely do want to have Dispel, just in case your anima stats aren't quite high enough, like her agility has not been raised as much as my anima's has, or anything like that, in order so that you can Dispel regen if it becomes a problem, because it can become a problem. She's a nightmare with regen. Or he, I'm not sure what gender that Flan is, but yeah, they're definitely annoying. I love this method. It's one of the favourite things I've found. This and the loner method are my two good contributions to Final Fantasy X really that nobody else had come up with. So yeah, pretty happy with those. Much like I made the best build in Witcher 3 as well. Like literally the best build. Go and check that out if you like Witcher 3. My OP Rend World Tank build. Better than Apex's, Ditronus's, anybody else's. Very literally the best build in the game. So, not long left on this. And then we can get to finishing off and fighting the Dark Aeons. But first I will go through all the arena monsters as well. Because you have to defeat those to beat Nemesis. So, we'll do that as well. I'll have to try and remember if Nemesis dispels auto life with Armageddon. I don't think he does. I think it just does like 30 grand damage or something like that. Oh my goodness, will you stop giving me Dark Matter, stupid game. So that is ridiculous. You're supposed to get them once every 8 or so fights. It's a 1/8 chance. And I've got them 5 times in like 19 fights there. No. I've got them 5 times in 12 fights. That's absurd. I've only got 14 magic spheres. The wrong kind of good luck. You wouldn't have to do this if you were just foregoing magic entirely and you weren't wanting to use Yuna for the Dark Aeons and things. Like, I'm not raising her luck here because I'm not actually going to be hitting the Dark Aeons with them and stuff. I'd just done it so that I could do this endgame magic grind and show how quick it was. But all you would need her to do versus the Dark Aeons normally is come in. Yeah, I think my flares are a little better than his. All you'd want her to do is come in, call an Aeon, and then get out again. It's much easier to do that if she has haste and if she has reasonable agility and stoneproof. So it's a good idea to either get her a stoneproof auto haste armor or a stoneproof SOS haste armor and lower her health before you go and fight like Dark Bahamut. Make sure that she's at under half health. And that she has stoneproof so she doesn't get shattered. And if possible, like I have areas of the grid where I've concentrated my agility +4 nodes, and it'd be a good idea, even if I hadn't raised her stats already, it would be a good idea to take her through those parts of the grid that have a lot of agility, so that she can have really high agility or high-ish agility, and if nothing else. So that she can come in, summon an Aeon, and then after the Aeon gets knocked out and takes the overdrive, she gets a turn quick enough to get them out again. That makes the fights against the Dark Aeons like Bahamut a lot quicker. Bahamut's a pain in the neck actually. Did it get a turn then? I just missed it or what? I wasn't paying attention. Oh my goodness. What the hell, man. I can't quite believe this, it's very annoying. Stupid game. Let's not get any damn dark matters anymore. I will need to beat Dark Yojimbo. I'll make the armor that we use against Penance, because there's a way of doing that as well, and then you don't have to use Ultra Null All against Dark Yojimbo. So that armor is defense plus 20%, auto potion, auto protect, and auto haste, and that's what you need for Penance as well. Right, give me the goddamn magic. Finally, good grief. quite annoying because I'd be done with this by now if I hadn't have had so many dark matters. So yeah, just have to bear that in mind and think about how long it's taken, because we would be pretty much done already. You'd only expect to get dark matters like 2 or 3 times at the most really, and I've got like 5 sets here already, which is nuts. But even then I've only got like 38 or 40 of them, so if you do the grinding in the correct order you'll never get anywhere close to getting 99 dark matters, so unless you want to farm Dark Yojimbo, you're not going to get another ribbon armor, which is why I just go with Stoneproof and it saves a ton of time. I did actually keep one of the saves before I leveled up Yuna, just so I could show how quickly you could actually do it. So if you're just going to do the game as having Tidus, Riku and Waka, and use them for the Dark Aeons and Penance, then it wouldn't take you very long at all really. And I could have probably gone straight to doing the Dark Aeons and beat them in about 55 hours, including Penance, and probably Nemesis as well. Well, that would probably take about 56, 57 hours. Which is very quick, really. How many? Are we only at 16 now? 18, okay. Not too many to go. Should be 4 fights. The only thing I suppose you could say for the just spamming pain method is that once you are pressing pain you don't have to do anything else, but it's really not paying a lot of attention to be mashing it for 14 flares and then changing instead. Dark Mindy, I'm just looking at Dark Mindy's stats, 240 evasion and 130 luck, which is why you can't hit her unless you have 230 luck, or you can't hit her the vast majority of the time. It's very annoying. If I remember when I actually get to posting these episodes, I'll put a timestamp on of when this grinding actually ends, so you can see the method and some of the insights, and then for these last few we can just skip ahead. See, I don't remember it getting a second turn then, but I have loads of turns left, which is weird. Strange. Maybe it did get a second turn, I just wasn't paying attention. Anima's so cool. She has much higher modifiers than the other Dark Aeons as well. Than the other Aeons, other than the Major Sisters, who you can't obviously control properly. So she is by far the best for this if you can get her magic points raised high enough. Particularly because you can get her agility and magic to be pretty decent, and her magic to in fact be 255 well before you start raising Yuna's own magic, which is useful. Oh, that tickles. Almost there. If we got 2 more after this, I think. You know, one of the things that I really wish you could stream that it doesn't let you for some reason is Bioshock. I love Bioshock, but it won't let you stream it through Mixer or Twitch, which is really annoying because they have some awesome tactics on that game as well. Particularly Bioshock 2, which is fun and has some of the better gameplay has just as good gameplay as the other two, even though people don't like it as much. But also has some seriously broken stuff in it, which is hilarious. Namely the security bots and everything else. Right, so this time I'm going to time it from screen crack to overkill. I think it's about 2:40 usually. So we'll see. 2 minutes 40 seconds, obviously. Anima, feel my pain. Yeah. Destroyed. So, haste. Bow reflector. Double focus. I like the double focus edition. I like that it consistently makes it be one pane. That is good. Right, so now we're set up and on we go with the casting. Oh, Blizzaga that time. I wonder if it knows which elements to use. Like, I wonder if it uses Blizzaga against Ifrit and Firaga against Shiva and things like that. You'd imagine so. I don't think jellyfish are particularly intelligent, but it looks a lot more intelligent and sinister than a jellyfish. Okay, so last 2 flares. Two minutes 28. So yeah, almost exactly. 2 minutes 30. I'm far quicker than spamming pain. Let's just check that we are on the last one. Yeah, so just one more. One of the only way that can technically be quicker is if you have really high compatibility with your Jimbo and he gets Zanmato every time, because even though you only get one magic sphere, it only takes about 50 to 55 seconds to summon him and have the animation and then kill it. But the problem is that these things have a very high Zanmato level, like all of the creations do, and so there are going to be occasions where you don't get it, and that on that time you've just wasted your money, and you have to get her over. You have to get Yuna's overdrive again and all that kind of stuff. And it also means that you have to kill enemies in between, because Yuna won't be on the field to get Victor, so you'll have to kill 2 enemies in between as well. So last time, and this episode is just coming up to an hour. So even though I've been severely lucky stroke unlucky with the dark matters and got like 5 or 6 drops, assuming I don't get them on this one, which is, you know, obviously famous last words, but I've done the magic grinding, including setting it up and explaining it and all that kind of stuff that we did at the start of the video, and that's taken less than an hour, and usually it'd only take you about 45 minutes or so, because you'd get less dark matters, fewer dark matters. So yeah, the best way of doing the magic grind if you ever want to get 255 magic. So next I just need to have a look at evasion, see what evasion everybody's got, figure out how much I need, and then I'll try the Dark Aeons without accuracy because I don't think it's really necessary. Particularly because I already have attack rails. Imagine if Anima could learn Copycat, this would be even easier, but never mind. And this should be the last pane of the magic grind, assuming we don't get dark matters again. Less than 1 hour. Easy. Cool. So, that's quite interesting. Yep, just under an hour on the game clock as well. And that was including getting, what, 10 dark matters or something absurd like that? 12. We've got 12 dark matters, and I only beat the thing 19 times. I got dark matters 6 times. That's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, that would have taken a lot fewer times otherwise. But we have our magic, and if I wanted, I could now, in fact, use all of these and yeah, get the magic to 255 if I wanted. But that's boring, so we'll do that off stream again before I prepare for the Dark Aeons. So let's get mana down here. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at what we've actually got. Oh damn, I just wasted a thingy there. There we go. Right, so that's everybody sorted for pretty much everything. Might as well get these magic with Riku and Tidus while we're here, and then we're going to bring everybody together and just do evasion, and then I'm ready to go and take on the Dark Aeons as soon as I've sorted out that gear. So like I say, not that fussed about actually raising the magic. I'll do that off stream because it's boring. And that's Tidus with Ultima as well. And we'll start evasion here, might as well. there's a lot of spare nodes there that we can fill in with those. So it's one of our numerous teleport spheres, or even a friend sphere, just for a change. And then I could have moved into Riku and done that first. I'll do that after. And then we'll do evasion. So, see how many evasion spheres we've got and what their evasion is currently. Get everybody to the same place. Alright, so evasion, we have 117 and oh, I've still got to do Riku's luck as well. So I've got the fortune spheres for that already, so that won't take very long. So with 114 there and 122, let's do that maths, shall we? So 122 plus the 114 is 236. So 290 minus 236 is what, 54? Yeah, 54. Okay, so that's 54. So we need 54 evasion, which is not very much really. So that would be 54. Why can I not do maths? That's very daft of me. 14 evasion spheres. So let's see how many we've got. We've got some already, I think, or did we get accuracy spheres? We got one of them. Right, so we need 14, and we've already got 11, so that's not going to take very long. And how about speed spheres? Got enough of those as well. Right, alright, so let's just quickly sort this out. I'm just going to have to beat Teryx 2 times, and Dark Matter's notwithstanding again. Which is this? It's a species and it's Teryx. Huh, probably could have done with sorting that out first. Right, never mind. Still missing. Oh, because she doesn't have a look yet. Duh. Well, it'll not be a problem for Tidus anyway, so let's use him for that. Ha! Of course. Of course. Wonder what you can mug from this thing, just out of interest. Ooh, smoke bomb. Interesting. Can't see you ever really needing Dark Strike or anything like that by the time you get to this stage in the game, but it doesn't really matter. Alright. Cheers for the initiative there, Luke. Very helpful of you. Okay, so now we're just going to use these evasion spheres. Should have what, 13 now? Yeah. Just for convenience, put those there. Oh, we've got a massive chunk of space in that grid there. We'll just use that. Which is quite fitting because it's Lulu's grid and Lulu's the most evasive character. May need that last one depending on the evasion of Waka and Riku, if theirs is lower. I'm not sure who's got the lower base amount of those two. Plenty of S levels, so we don't have to worry about those. And this will, like I say, let us avoid Dark Ixion's counter. So 178, that's Tidus sorted. Might as well go this way with Waka, just cause. Then we'll check what his evasion is. I can't see his base being that much different than Tidus's because they both start quite low. 173. Should be enough. Oh no, I think Waka's one short there, isn't he? Let's have a look. 173. Maybe he's missed a node somewhere. So 173. Yeah, because he's too short, isn't he? Okay, well that's alright. Waka can just use another node instead. I don't need the S levels for anything. There may be another on the grid that he's not got anyway, but it doesn't matter. And we've got loads of S levels, so we don't have to worry about those. Let's get this evasion sorted. And then we need to sort out our auto potion armors for penance and to get auto protect. Now auto protect, like I was saying before, because I've just used what you don't need a specific armor for Luxsphere. You don't have to use your for the Luxspheres against Greater Sphere. I could have, and Waka can just use his auto haste armor from that he used to fight Earth Eater. I could have just put auto protect on their armors a long time ago, but it doesn't make a large difference, and it's a very easy auto ability to customize. So that's all the evasion done. That took a matter of not very long at all, and right, that'll be Riku all done as well. So okay, so so 178, 177, and 177. Okay. I think there must be an evasion that I've missed somewhere with the other two, because I can't see Tidus as being 4 higher than theirs. Then again, maybe it is, who knows. I mean, there are the odd one around here, mostly HP ones that I don't need HP for, obviously. So this is where we've got all the stats sorted. So Tidus has 174 magic. There'll be 1 or 2 magic that we need to pick up elsewhere, and I'll do that off stream before I do the Dark Aeons. But first things first, let's go over their equipment. So, does Waka have a suitable armor yet? I really don't think he does, which is a bit unfortunate. So let's see. So Riku just needs auto protect. We didn't get a single auto protect. We didn't get a single auto potion one. That's very annoying. So we'll have to go and get that first of all. Now we need blessed gems for our penance armors. And we've got 8 of those. How many do they take? So your Penance armors need to have defense plus 20 on, and those are the same ones that we can use for other ones as well. Let's have a look. Is Tidus missing an auto potion armor as well? Didn't get any of those. Oh, or maybe I did and I just sold them, to be perfectly honest. That could have been the case as well. Okay, so let's get rid of all this excess stuff. Don't need my taming sword anymore. Alright, so he's got those shields to be customizing anyway, so that's fine. Probably a few of these I can get rid of now. Not going to need that. I'm not really running out of too much space any longer, so it's not an issue. Oh yeah, Waka does have an auto potion. I knew he did. So where was it then when I was looking to equip it? How bizarre. Anyway, I could have sworn he got one, yeah. What the heck? Shaman Shield. And Tetra Shield. Alright, so he's got a Tetra Shield. Where's that Shaman Arm Guard? There it is. Yeah, I knew he had one. And then it was Riku who was missing one then. And she has a Tetra Taj. Right, okay, that's good. So we do have the things there that we can do. Let's just save that. So only took us 10 minutes for finishing off all of evasion there. And might as well just grab these magics and Ultima with Waka. And then all that's left is to just finish off magic and make these armors. Right, so Waka needs, he actually needs his full armor as well. He doesn't have his auto haste armor, so I will have to buy a Tetra Arm Guard for him. Although I could actually just use this one for the most part, even for the Dark Aeons, especially for the easy ones. But we'll sort that out in due course. So let's get rid of these ones that we don't need any longer. Right, so we don't need any of this stuff. Right. Okie dokie. So, for these armors, we want to have Blessed Gems, which make defense plus 20. So let's make Tidus's first. So, he's got 2 of those, and he's also got the Shaman. Alright, yeah, so we can make both of his. But this one needs to be the defense plus 21 with auto protect, and we'll also put auto potion on it, and then it'll need auto haste, so we'll have to get some chocobo wings to put auto haste on, because I don't believe we've got any of those at the moment. And then on his normal one, he'll just need to have auto protect as well. So when you want to get auto protect for somebody's armor, the best way of doing it is just, well, the only reasonable way of doing it is to use the monster that gives you 40 of the shields that you need to do it, the curtains that you need to do it rather. So that monster is Fafnir, and Fafnir is here, and is a species creation. And you can beat it a lot earlier than this, but obviously I had no reason to, so I think they've got Victor Overdrive mode at the minute. Let's have a check. And this thing goes down supremely easily with 255 health as well. It's got 1.1 million HP, if I remember correctly. Maybe a flat million. It's either 1 million, 1.2 or 1.1, I can't remember exactly. But basically it goes down to an attack rails. You get 40 light curtains. And when you're not using attack reels, you can just use slice and dice. So I think I've hit it 3 times already. This will be 6 hits, so we'll be able to figure out how much HP it has. Right, so it's 1.1 million then. Yeah, I thought it was. I think Juggernaut has 1.2. I can't remember. They're very close anyway. Blooming dark matters, I tell you. One of the other things that we could consider doing is raising the agility of the characters to over 250, which will just take a couple more fights against Fenrir, but again with Victor Overdrive mode that's really easy. Also need to quickly whiz round and get all of Riku's luck. So I'll just do that now as well. So I had luck concentrated more or less in just one area of the grid. So I'll just make my way there with Riku. It's very satisfying being able to just whiz around the grid and whack in a load of fortune spheres. Nope, that's wrong. And we'll be fast approaching the end of our expert grid playthrough. Now, like I say, I will be going back to one of the older saves that I had at about 52 hours just to show that it really didn't need to do that magic grinding or anything like that with Yuna. It was just to show how you would do it if you wanted to. Because like I say, in order to actually make any significant use of that magic, you don't need a magic booster and break damage limit and magic plus 20 weapons, which you're not going to get unless you farm Dark Yojimbo, really. Which in this playthrough we have no need for doing because we can beat him already and we don't need ribbon armors. So what I'll do is I'll finish off these bits, then I'll touch up some of the stuff on the sphere grid that he's doing, and I'll do that offline between the next episode and the next episode. I will take on all of the arena creations, so I'll go through them all in order, beat those, and likely just beat Nemesis right after that. Okay, so should have enough fortune spheres to finish things off with Riku. And then the Dark Aeons won't be able to dodge her, which is very useful because she'll be one of our main 3 party, and she also won't miss Penance's arms. So she has 106 luck, which means there are some others missing somewhere. But that's alright, because once I beat Nemesis I'll be able to pick those off with the Master Spheres that you get from that. So there'll be a couple of luck nodes. There's one up here. Yeah, one there. So that's at least another 8 that she'll get. And that 8 will take her to, yeah, 114. So that's no problem. So everything all sorted. So like I say, that's how you get the auto protect on the armors as well. So we'll put that on Tidus's one here. So auto protect, light curtains. And we can beat Fafnir again for these. wonder how much Blitz Ace does actually. I'm just curious, so I'm just going to use Blitz Ace. And it is kind of cool, to be honest, and because it's so weak on its normal hits, you don't get to use it that often, so... Yeah, so it does more damage against this thing, because the arena creations are very strong when you first get to them, but at this stage they're an absolute pushover, because we're max stats, ready to take on the Dark Aeons. So against things with very low defense, Tidus's Blitz Ace will actually do more to them than anything else, so worth a shot. There's the light curtains. Okay. So, if you have made it to the end of another episode, thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, sub, and all that good happy stuff. And I will finish off these armors and then be back for the next episode soon enough. So, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.